Happy Prime episode, everybody.
Yeah, this is, one of the most recent Prime number episodes that we've had.
Yes.
Our last one was 23.
23, yes.
And then 19 before that.
Yes.
And then 17.
Yes.
And then 13,
Yep.
11,
Yep.
7,
Yep.
5, and 3.
Yep.
And 2, since 2 is the only even Prime.
Correct. So
Anyway.
welcome to the Weekly MANcast, and we hope you enjoy this episode. Now, this is the MANcast, after all.
And we are men.
In fact, yes, we are, if there was any ambiguity on that issue, which there shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But, of course, naturally, there are things that men do that we don't generally do in the company of people who are not men.
For instance, dogs, cats,
or
chimpanzees,
women.
Elephants,
giraffes,
and females.
Yeah, of course. And then, these are fairly normal things, and when you're in a group of guys, it's, not a big deal.
In fact, it usually gets pretty good laughs when you're in a group of guys.
It usually does. But, you don't do this kind of thing in the company of all the species that we just previously mentioned.
Especially women.
Especially women.
Because they are a different species.
Actually, I don't think dogs care that much.
I think dogs do it just as much as we do, though.
If not more.
Yeah.
Cats, too.
Yeah, those cats.
Anyway, so stick around. So, Dave, just offhand, what are some things that men do?
Sorry about that.
Well, you certainly... Okay.
Oh, everyone likes a whiff of their own brand, man. Come on.
Yeah, I don't like a whiff of your own brand.
Well, gee, why don't you just grow some, man?
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know what he thinks is so bad. So obviously, farting is a very man thing to do.
It's very, very manly, not necessarily in a positive way, but it is, in fact, a very common thing for guys to do, and then you usually followed by raucous laughter or, oh my god, that smells terrible.
Or in your case, acting like a woman, you just got up and left.
In some cases that's an acceptable thing to do,
It didn't smell, Phil.
Oh, it totally did.
It did not smell.
Okay, but it was for it was trying to convey the sense of smell to the audience, because that was totally, it was totally a real fart, not a faked one.
Yeah.
Totally.
Obviously.
Yeah, no. But, just so that they can get the idea of the smell, I had to leave.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay.
yeah, it gives the idea.
It's kind of like smell-o-vision.
Yeah, kind of like smell-o-vision, yeah.
But not exactly.
Not exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Now, farting is something that everyone does.
They do, in fact, unless you've got some kind of digestive problem.
In fact, that's how they usually know after a surgery whether it went well or not.
Oh, yeah.
They want to make sure you can pass gas or, cause flatulence in yourself, because that means that your bowels are intact and stuff.
Yeah, so there you go. Farting is a sign of good health.
Yes.
Following surgery.
In fact, the more you fart, the better.
Totally, yeah.
So, Phil, get on that.
Yeah, no, I totally will. One thing that guys do a lot that usually actually gets a cheer when you're in the company of guys.
Yeah, always gets a cheer.
Pretty much always, yeah.
Unless it's weak.
Unless it's weak, yeah.
Yeah.
Is a good old-fashioned belch.
Yeah, now, belching is also known as burping.
Burping, yes.
To men.
Yes.
Women don't really like to refer to it as burping.
No. But at any rate, if you're unfamiliar with the act, that was a good example right there. If you're unfamiliar with the act, what it is there, you have gas built up in your esophagus type thing.
Yeah.
So not in your
not in your larynx.
Exactly. In your
in your esophagus.
Your esophagus, yes.
Which is where the food and drinks go down.
Correct. Not where your air goes.
Which is the larynx.
Exactly.
Or trachea.
Or the trachea, yes. At any rate, that's when there's air in there and it's forced up, creating a sound like that.
Yeah, that was a beautiful one.
Sometimes they can be pretty epic, several seconds long, even very deep. Occasionally the timbre is higher. But at any rate, it's generally, among a company of men, it's generally considered a very admirable thing to do.
In fact, there's a movie where there is a burping contest. Did you know that, Phil?
I didn't, actually.
It's Revenge of the Nerds 1.
I have not seen that.
It is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, the burping contest is toward the end, but the rest of the movie is pretty good, too.
All right.
So we'll have to watch that one, Phil.
I have to check that one out for sure. one final thing that we're going to discuss today that men do, usually not in the company of women, is buy power tools.
Now, this can be not in the company of women, meaning, you know, the wife or girlfriend is out of
Exactly.
town, or just when they're single, like me. That's
Yeah.
when I buy power tools.
Exactly. Because generally, when you're going to buy a power tool, you know, unless you're just starting out and you're living as a single man life or living as a man life, you probably don't have power tools, so you actually need some.
Yeah.
But generally, once you've accumulated a fair amount, you know, you don't really need that third cordless drill, but you sure as hell want it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, who can argue with getting a 14-volt cordless drill when you only have a 12-volt cordless
Exactly. Much, you know, it's you need it, but if there's a woman around, you know, maybe they're going to try and convince you that you don't need it. I'm not trying to be sexist here.
We're not trying to be sexist at all during this whole episode. I mean, it's just the fact that men want power tools. It's a power tool. It has power in the name.
Look at that. Pull a trigger and it spins.
It's like having a gun, but it's not quite as lethal.
Exactly. And you can build stuff with it.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
I mean, everyone should have them.
Yeah. And women out there who like power tools, good for you. Power tools are good things.
You deserve a pat on the back.
Exactly.
So, another thing that men do that women can do, but usually don't do it as well.
Well, they don't do it as often.
And it sometimes makes them upset.
Yeah.
Is bring out a dirty joke.
Oh yeah, like this one time we. And I've never looked at a turkey the same way again. Isn't that awesome?
That is freaking
That
hilarious.
is so nasty.
It is bad. That is horrible. It's a good thing there's not a woman next door to me like complaining about us taking these dirty jokes.
Or, you know, men complain about it too sometimes.
Yeah, but those, you know.
What are you going to do? At any rate, it's been a great Weekly MANcast episode. We hope you've enjoyed our little primer on things that men do.
Hopefully you never look at a turkey the same way either.
Yes, hopefully not. I know I won't.
Good one.
Have a great week.
See you next week.